A very good morning to everyone. I am Unnati Sunil Wankhede, a student of Government Vidarbha Institute of Science and Humanities, studying in class BA first year, and I'm going to interpret an economics presentation on the topic Law of Demand. So let's see what are the aspects we are going to understand in the Law of Demand. First is meaning of demand. The second one is individual demand schedule. The third one is market demand schedule. Fourth is types of demand. Fifth is determinants of demand. And sixth is the main topic like the law of demand. In the law of demand, there are five things we are going to understand. Its introduction, its statement, its explanation, assumptions of law of demand, and exceptions of law of demand. Let's first see the meaning of demand. Demand is a desire which is backed by willingness and ability to pay. If you have a desire of having something, but you don't have the purchasing power or ability to pay for that commodity, then it is simply a desire, not a demand. Demand is a desire which is backed by willingness and our ability to purchase that or to pay for that commodity. So, in short, demand means desire plus willingness to purchase and ability to pay. The next is individual demand schedule and market demand schedule. Individual demand schedule is a tabular representation where it is shown that different quantities of commodities that an individual is prepared to buy at various prices over a given period of time. And market demand schedule is a tabular schedule representing showing different quantities of commodities that all consumers are prepared to buy at various prices over a given period of time. Then the types of demand. There are five types of demands: direct demand, indirect demand, complementary demand, composite demand, and competitive demand. Direct demand is demand for the commodities which satisfy our want directly. Indirect demand is demand for the commodities which satisfy our want indirectly. Complementary demand are the demand for two or more goods which satisfy our wants, satisfy our single want. Composite demand is the demand for the commodity which is put to several uses, and competitive demand is a demand for the substitute of the commodity. Then next is the determinants of demand. There are totally 10 determinants, and 11th is the other factors, which includes 4 factors. Then first is the price, second is income, third is prices of substitute goods, fourth is prices of complementary goods, fifth is nature of product, sixth is size of population, seventh is expectations about future prices, eighth is advertisement, ninth is taste habits and fashion, 11th is level of taxation, 10th is level of taxation, and 11th is other factors. Other factors includes climatic condition, change in technology, government policies, customs and traditions. These are the determinants of demand, which determines the demand or which influences the demand. The next is law of demand, the main topic. So we are going to understand a brief introduction of the law of demand. The law of demand was introduced by Professor Alfred Marshall in his book Principles of Economics, which was published in the year 1890. And the law explains the functional relationship between the price and quantity demanded. Then we will move forward to the statement and explanations of the law of demand. So according to Alfred Marshall, other things being equal, higher the price of the commodity, smaller is the quantity demanded, and lower the price of the commodity, larger is the quantity demanded. So what does this actually means? It means that other things remaining constant. When the price of commodity rises, the demand falls, and when the price of the commodity falls, the demand rises. So you can see there is an inverse relationship between the price and quantity demanded. So this is what the law of demand is shown, that there is a clear inverse relationship between the price and quantity demanded. Here the symbolical functional relationship is also given, like dx is equals to function of px. D means demand for the commodity, x is the commodity, f is function, and px is the price of a commodity. Next, we will see the demand schedule. It is an practical explanation about the law. Here you can clearly understand how this law stated true in the aspect of market. Like you can see in the table the prices of commodities and the quantity demanded of commodities. When the price is 50, the demand is 1. It is given in kgs. And when the price falls from 50 to 40, the demand rises from 1 to 2. And in the last two tables, we can see when the price falls from 20 to 10, the demand rises from 4 to 5. Here, we can clearly see that when the prices falls, the demand rises, and when the prices rises, the demand falls. Thus, there is an inverse relationship between the price and quantity demanded. Let's see the demand curve. Demand curve is a graphical representation of the law of demand. Here we can see the x-axis shows the quantity demanded in kgs and the y-axis shows the price of the commodity. Here we can see the slope dd, which slopes downward, which is a negative slope. Here shows that the inverse relationship, that when the prices are more, the quantity is less, and when prices are less, the quantity is more. Then we will see the assumptions of law of demand. What are the assumptions? So, constant level of income. Income is a determinant or determines the purchasing power of a consumer. If there is a fluctuation in the income, if it rises or if it falls, it will directly have an impact on the demand. Thus, it is assumed that the level of income of the consumer is constant. No change in size of population. Change in size of population means rise in size of population will lead to rise in demand, and vice versa. Thus, it is seen that changes in the size of population have clear impact on the quantity demanded. Thus, it is assumed that there is no change in the size of population. Then price of substitute goods. Then third was in price of substitute goods remains constant. If there is a change in price of one good or this substitute good,